contestants, and the quality was very good. I'd like to introduce the producer and director of today's show, Matt Martin, Joanne Evans.
I haven't ever been called a director, at least not to my face.
And if we could give a round of applause to Jim Donovan from Kenmore Camera for great support and the space and prizes and printing and everything else. Much appreciated, Jim. Thank you. We had some other sponsors as well, sponsors, contributors, actually. Kenmore Camera co-sponsored the event with the Kenmore Heritage Society. We had a number of very generous contributions and prizes from the community. To Suga Fine Art and Framing in Bothell for custom matting and mounting of the winning photographs. Kenmore Air for the best of show, an aerial photo shoot. Kenmore Lanes, Grazie Restaurant, 192 Brewing, Lake Forest Park Bar and Grill. So we're going to present the awards now. We had winners in first place, second place, honorable mention, and of course, the best of show. And we're going to go through each one and invite you up to receive your prize. And we would welcome you to share with us, if you like, just a few comments on how you happen to get your picture, or any observations you might have of your day of shooting in the community. So, here we go. In the bliss category, honorable mention, Kevin Dornfield for capturing bliss of a cat.
Is Kevin here?
I think so. Second place in the bliss category, Warren Mudd. One of our judges insisted that if you ever experience, I guess, driving through the woods in a convertible, this is bliss. First place is, and please correct me if I'm mangling the name, is Jeff Vicek?
It's spelled wrong.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I was,
It's VLCK.
say it again.
VLCK.
VLCK. How do you pronounce it?
Velchek.
Velchek. I promised, and it's going to be wrong throughout, so I apologize.
Okay.
This is my opportunity to proof it, I guess.
Trust me, I get it all the time.
I apologize.
Velchek.
Velchek.
So,
Thank you,
come on
Jeff.
What stuff? I was told about this spot about halfway through my day of shooting. Had never seen it.
Where is
Now,
it?
photographers usually don't.
That's a secret.
It's in Kenmore.
Well stated.
Okay.
But I can't even remember the name of it. It's something, I think that, I was told that the Heritage Society named it, so.
Oh, Squire's Land.
Squire's Land.
There you go.
It's my favorite, one of my favorite spots to go and catch a sunset.
And it's a city
Three
park.
now.
Actually, you're not even trespassed.
Yeah, it looked like it would be closed, but I was lucky enough to be able to, I was lucky that it was a good sunset that day too, because you want clouds in your sunsets, and it's so calm on the water that the reflection just, to me, said,
Very good. Thank you.
Here.
Congratulations.
You have compliments of both Kenmore Camera for the print and Suga Fine Art and Framing. Beautifully, and incidentally, the man at Suga said these are all made to fit standard frames, even though the photos have been, some of them cropped. So, and here's your first prize winning. There's a card of Suga, and you get a Kenmore history book.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now we move on to the boxed in category. Honorable mention, Hans Lynch.
Ramen Raider.
Adorable one in the box. Your son.
That is.
Tell why you were motivated to.
You love kidding, Bob. It's funny, last
Turn
year.
around and so people can hear you.
So last year I took a picture of my wife when she was still pregnant with him, and he just had his birthday yesterday. So, yeah, he's one now.
Well, thank you for entering.
Thank you.
By the way, Hans is the famous ramen raider.
That's me.
Would you like to tell us about that?
Sure. It's kind of weird. I get instant noodles sent to me by companies all over the world. My wife and I have been to Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore for like an hour. A lot of running to the airport. But basically, I review instant noodles.
Wow.
So like some people review wine, things like that. I review instant noodles. So like literally, yeah, like top ramen. So, but it's such a huge thing around the world.
So if somebody wanted to find out your reviews, where would they go?
They'd go to www.theramenraider.com, and if you just look up The Ramen Raider on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, anything you can imagine, I'm there.
Right here at Kenmore. So, second place then, in the boxed in category, Lisa McDonald for spotting this decaying cruiser boxed into its soon-to-be grave on the sloop.
And she's not here, I take it. That's unfortunate.
Okay, first place, Jeff wins again. Great shot of the fire truck and box.
Unless you don't want to.
You want me to tell you about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, please.
So on Saturdays, the fire department is closed. They don't have a front desk person. So and all their doors were closed. So I wanted to see if I could coax them into opening up and bringing them out. And for about 30 minutes, they moved the trucks and let me do what I wanted and get a whole bunch of photos. Just because I happened to see a firefighter in a window and waved at him and handed him your little flyer and said, it's for the Heritage Society photo contest, and they were like, all right, what do you need? So I was able to coax them into doing that, so it was a lot of fun.
Why is a picture like that that's really very simple? Why does it
So captivating.
yes, that's what I wanted to say. Why is that?
I had lots of other photos that I had taken, and this was the only one that really fit a category, I felt. I don't know how to say why it's captivating, but I mean, I just saw the box that the truck was in and was like, that's gotta be the shot for my category.
Great.
So,
Very good.
you. You can give it to somebody else.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on to the gotcha category, honorable mention, Kent DeGrave, who captured a sign that got a bird.
So would you like to tell us about your shot?
Just down on the slough by the boat ramp, and this guy was squawking, was there probably for a half hour, and he was squawking, he'd go this way, go that way. Got credit the gal that lives with us, I was gonna crop it a little bit more, but she thought, no, gotta get the no trespassing sign in there going, yeah, okay.
That's what did it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
One thing I might mention, I'm not sure that we had covered this in any of our literature or at our meeting when we had the photo shoots. The photos were judged by members of the Board of Trustees of the Kenmore Heritage Society. And before judging, we removed names and so forth. So we were just looking at pure images and categories. That's probably almost goes without saying, but I'm saying it anyway.
I recused myself because my family was part of the show, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. So, second place winner in the gotcha category is Brooke Idle. Mother Nature at Work. Spider with his prey.
Is it a fly?
It was a fly, yeah.
It was a fly.
Yeah, so I just, my son actually said, oh, spiders for gotcha would be good, and I went out to my garden and there was.
What kind of a spider is it?
A pretty one. Some kind of horse spider, I don't know what kind of.
How big is it in real life?
Tiny, little tiny.
So a great macro shot. Very good, well,
Yeah, nice.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Incidentally, these second place prizes, in case you're curious, are nifty binoculars from Kenmore Camera.
Yes, you can all thank Jim Donovan for that.
So first place in gotcha, Peggy Mundy, whose goal was caught in midair.
Thank you.
So would you like to tell us about your?
Oh, this was down at Lagoon Park, and there were some fishermen out fishing for perch, and they were fishing in Metoscan, and the gulls were getting them. And this one took a few shots, but I finally got one that was in pretty good focus. So I said, no, let's put that for gotcha.
It was great.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
here
you.
it is. A little goodie file for you. Here's your first prize. And again, this compliments of Kenmore Camera and Superfine Art. Thank you. And a Kenmore history book, compliments of the Kenmore Heritage Society.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to the laughable category. Honorable mention is Warren Mudd for the dog's
Who isn't
wrinkly
here.
face. Okay. Warren's not here, so we'll move on to second place. The Smith family for spotting the humor in this mailbox tied to a road barrier. Joanne Evans loves this picture. She laughs every time. It's been shown 20
Oh, it's
times.
such a great
Still laughs.
example of problem solving. Matt said probably this poor individual has had his mailbox beat up so many times by unsavory types. Is the family not here?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
well, that's
Okay.
unfortunate, okay.
First prize then, laughable, Peggy Mundy again.
This was great, I love
Thank
it.
Well, we're kind of hitting on one of my favorite photo subjects, which is birds. And so the ducks were just feeding down, again, by Lagoon Park, and I was just snapping away when I went through that evening, going through the categories. I thought, well, that might fit for that.
Patience.
Yeah, yeah.
So would you like another book?
I think one looks good.
Okay.
Thank
there
you.
go. And this is your first prize.
Thank you very much.
Moving on to the patterns category, honorable mention Kent DeGrade for this patterns in this window at the St. Edward's Seminary.
That's right. St. Ed?
It is St. Ed rather than Bastyr, is that right? This is St. Ed rather than Bastyr?
Yeah, this is St. Edward's.
You want anything you'd like to tell our people about it?
Well, I kind of was joking as I was taking it with my wife that, about being a Virgo, and I tend to, you want creativity, but I'm like, in a box, you know? But I'm going like, okay, you got that, you have the pattern of the window with the pattern. You basically have about 2 or 3 patterns within the pattern. And I was hoping the sun was going to come out.
That'd be too much.
Yeah, a little more color in the brick, but,
It's very,
Well,
it's
congratulations.
riveting.
Yeah. So there was another shot that was almost identical to this too.
Yeah.
In the show, if you saw it.
saw that, and Oh, at least someone else's eye caught that. Yeah, it's like, look at that going. Okay, yeah, walk around the building trying to find other patterns with, you know, how I say, those Catholics, they like patterns.
Second place in the patterns category, Kate Idle. Very good.
So are you going to tell us what you saw in that and what made you take that shot? Maybe you could speak to the people out here.
Well, I just kind of like was looking around for patterns, and I accidentally was like looking around, and I hit my head on the thing. I was like, wait a minute. I looked down and I shoved my camera in there, and I took a picture, and I looked on it, and it was a pattern.
It was, it certainly was. Did you win last year? Were you one of the winners last year? I thought you were. I thought I recognized you. Also, we recognized you in some of the other photos.
Yeah.
Okay, first place patterns. Brooke Ida. Good for herself.
We're seeing a pattern here.
Yes, do you want to talk about this a little bit?
A few weeks ago, actually, I noticed that pattern. It was just really pretty. So as soon as I saw patterns, I went and took that. I knew that's what I wanted. It was right next to the spider. Patterns are good places for pictures.
Okay. Let's see, did you get one of these? Not yet. Oh, okay, there you go. Mhm. Something. There.
By the way, you'll recognize a bunch of the mural, parts of the mural in the history book.
Okay, moving into the last category, only in Kenmore. Honorable mention, the Smith family, whose creative shot brought color and beauty to the only in Kenmore roadside attraction. Not here.
Isn't that a good example of doubling up something that isn't very attractive?
Yeah. What did Sarah Palin say? Putting lipstick on a pig? That sort of fits that category. Second place, Lisa McDonald. Lovely at dusk shot of Kenmore Air.
Lisa here?
No, she's not here. Matter of fact, her daughter was in the contest.
Her daughter is here?
All
No.
right, here's the drum roll. First place and best show, only in Kenmore, Peggy Monday.
And I want to know what happened to the kayaker.
Well, actually, there was another boat that I was kind of worried about, and then after I took the shot, I went through and saw the kayaker. I think it was a foreshortening, and I'm hoping he wasn't actually as close as it looked, because he didn't like start paddling madly. So I'm hoping it's just an optical
He
illusion.
almost looks as if he's fending off.
I know, I know. So it was kind of a lucky shot.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, well, congratulations. Thanks to Kenmore Air.
I wasn't sure they'd like that.
Well, we'll find out.
It's, your first prize, because you're both first prize and best of grand prize or best of show. Here's just a little card for you.
Thank you.
And didn't they do a marvelous
Yes,
job?
they
in
did.
both of these? Yes. And, let's see.
I got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
All
very much.
right.
Well, thank you for coming today, and thank you for competing in the contest. I had a couple other questions I wanted to ask you. We wanted to find out how you found out about the contest. So if I could ask you, how many of you heard about it on Facebook? City newsletter? Posters? Kenmore Camera? Word of mouth. So it sounds like Facebook is good.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we wanted to just take a couple minutes here to invite you to share with us any ideas you might have for the improvements in the contest. For example, one idea we've considered, or will consider for next year, is possibly creating a different classification or category for young people, perhaps those under 12. We're just sort of thinking about it. Anybody off the top of your heads have any ideas about categories or rules or anything else that we should consider for next year?
Maybe extending the time until the next morning for submitting purposes,
Good point.
Like,
just so that it's not till like midnight.
like maybe 24 hours?
So you get up AM,
A little bit more time to be able to get home and finish looking through them.
so a 24-hour period, but from, is it noon to noon?
Or,
10 to 10.
I mean, yeah, 10 to 10.
I was thinking about this year, because it was like at midnight the day before the show started, I'm thinking, technically,